Okay, so welcome to this road calculation project. In this project, what we're going to see is our client suppose we're doing a work for our client, where our client has given a shapefile of particular node networks, and he or she wants you to calculate the length of the particular node networks. This is task 1. So here in this particular project, we have calculated all of the lengths for all of the different types of roads. That was the first requirement. The second requirement is going to be that they also want you to figure out how many of different types of roads there are and the total length of each individual type of roads. For example, how many trunk roads there are, how many secondary roads there are, and the total length of all of the secondary roads. All right. So we're going to be seeing that, and the output result is going to be this. So there are 3 types of construction roads, there are 43 types of secondary roads, and then the summation of the length of total 43 secondary roads, the summation of the length of 3 construction roads. Okay, that was the second requirement. And the third requirement is that your client wants separate shapefiles representing each type of roads. So here we're not going to be doing it for all of those, because that is going to take a lot of time. If I show you just 1 or 2, then you can do it or do all of the others yourself if you would like to practice them out. All right. Okay, so here we're going to be doing 2 types of road, construction roads and the secondary roads. So we have created 2 different shapefiles from this particular mother shapefile, the construction roads and the secondary roads, which also have the individual lengths here. And then we have also checked the summation of this particular 3 construction roads, that if it matches with this sum output or not. All right. Okay. So I haven't shown the reporting of the work, so because different reporting requirements are different. So according to this reporting requirements, you'll need to report the results like that. But I've just shown you how to figure out the results, how to calculate the results from the sources you will be given, so that you can carry out the task. The reporting is not very hard. If you have found out the result data, then you can report it in any way they want you to report it. All right, so this is what we're going to be learning in this project. So we're going to be calculating length, we're going to be creating a summary sheet for the type of roads, and then we're going to be creating 2 individual shapefiles that are just going to focus on 2 different kinds of roads, the construction type roads and the secondary type roads. And if you can make this construction type roads and secondary type roads 2 different shapefiles from this mother shapefile, then you can do it for all other types of the roads available here. Let's say you can do it for footway roads, you can do it for paths, you can do it for tracks, you can do it for territory, and any other type of roads there are. All right, so this is what we're going to be doing in this particular project, and I hope you're going to enjoy the project and you'll be able to learn something new. All right, so that is the overview. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, at first we're going to go to the roads project file that I have already created, this particular folder. Inside that we have a roads shape file. So this is the file that the client has client has given you, and inside that file, if you go to the attributes table, you'll see they have particular different kind of data, and inside there they have given the road type. So there are different kinds of roads. There are trunk roads, secondary roads, then territory roads, and then residential roads, and so on. So there are different kinds of roads here. And also for some roads there is a maximum speed has also been written there. So this is not something of our concern. So at first, to do the length calculation, what we need to do is this particular maps units is in decimal degrees. If you go to attributes table, not attributes table, if you go to properties, from properties if you go to sources and the geographic coordinate system, GCS WGS 984. So if it's in 1984 or the degree decimal system, then if we let's go open up the attributes table, and let's say for the length calculation we add a new field and let's call it length. Let's go double. Okay, so there we have the length, and if we do a right click on it, go to calculate geometry, you'll see that the property length is disabled right here because the coordinate system, that is degrees, minutes and seconds, does not have any length input. It does not have meters and any kind of units like that. That is why we cannot calculate lengths in this particular coordinate system. So we have to change the coordinate system to projected coordinate system so that we can calculate particular lengths of the particular roads. And here units, you can see that the units are only decimal degrees because of the coordinate system, and if we change it to projected coordinate systems, we'll have much more unit options right there. All right, so let me just delete this first. Delete the field. Yes, first we have deleted the field. Now what we need to do is we need to bring up our utm.shp that we have seen in the very first section of the course. All right, after that I'm going to zoom out a bit. Okay, now I see the boundaries. Now I'll do a right click on the UTM, go to properties. From there we'll go to labels, and we're going to change the label field to zone. So there are two zones, zone and then a underscore and just zone. So always remember to click on the zone, not the zone underscore. All right, so we have zone. Click on the labels, increase the size of the labels a bit, click on apply. Okay, there you go. So it is in the 45 north. It is a place inside Bangladesh. That is why it is going to be in the northern hemisphere, and we can see that it is completely in the 45 zone. So we're going to assign the 45 zone there. All right, so let me just remove this real quick. We no longer need the UTM. Now I'll go to view. From there I'll go to data frame properties. From there we'll go to projected coordinate systems, UTM. From there we have WGS 984, northern hemisphere. Look for 45. There you go, UTM zone 45. Apply. Okay, now it has been applied to our work surface, so we'll need to save the roads. Let's go to data, export data, choose the file. There you go, roads project. Name the data. Let's call it UTM roads. All right, save it, click on OK. All right, do you want to add the exported data to map as a new layer? Let's just click on no. Let's remove this particular file and create a new map. So blank map, no. Now let's call in the UTM roads SHP. All right, so when I have called in the UTM roads SHP, you can see that it is still showing decimal degrees. And why is that? Because I made a mistake. So let's clear that mistake. But before that, we'll need to apply that particular coordinate system once again. Let's go UTM 45, apply. Okay, now go to data, export data. Here you need to turn on the data frame option. Here use the same coordinate system as the data frame. So this is a common mistake you can do, just as I have done. All right, now we'll go to the folder again. This time we'll just call it UTM. Save it and click on OK. There, it's done. Remove this one again, create a new blank file. Okay, no. Okay, then now let's call in our UTM here. So it is, as you can see, it's still in unknown units. When I bring in UTM, you'll see that now the units are now in meters, so we can calculate the length of the particular different kind of roads. All right, so we're going to be doing that in the next video. In this video, this was it for this video. All right, thank you very much for watching. Okay, now that we have changed the coordinate system, we can carry out the length calculation. So we'll just go to attributes table. Here we're going to create a new field, add a field. Let's call this field length. There you go, length. Change it to double. There we go. Position, let's give it 50. Scale, let's give it, let's say 5. Okay, there you go. So we have length. Now to right click on it, go to calculate geometry. Yes, and here as you can see, we can now calculate length, and the units can be in centimeters, feet, inches, kilometers, meters, miles, millimeters, and so on. All right, so let's choose in meters. There we go, and now click on OK. Yes, and the length has been calculated of each road, each individual road. The length of each individual road has now been calculated in the unit meters. So as you can see, we wrote in length. So let's go to properties of this particular field. There you go, name is length, but I think it should be length, and then we'll give a bracket, and we can write in m for meters. So instead of changing the name, we can change the name in the alias, name alias. So length in meters. There you go. Now if I click on apply, click on OK, as you can see, length in meters. But the thing is, if you go to attributes table again, and then we uncheck show field aliases, then we can only see length. So for the convenience, we are just going to name it length, and we're going to be giving our client this particular data table like this, so that they can just see length. But if they turn on the field alias, then they can see which meters it is in. All right. Okay. So let me just let it stay. There you go. Now the thing is that your client does want to know the length of the individual roads, but they also want to know the summary of each type of roads. For example, they want to know how many secondary roads there are, and they want the sum total length of all of the secondary roads. All right, meaning that let's imagine that there are only 2 secondary roads, and so they want the number of the all secondary roads. So in a table, we're just going to write in secondary road, and here we're going to write in numbers and 2. So meaning there are 2 secondary roads, and the total length of this particular 2 secondary roads is going to be the summation of this this unit and this unit. Okay, so this is what we're going to do right now. So in the type, we're going to select the type field, do a right click on it, and then click on summarize. There you go. So we're going to be summarizing by type, and then there, if we in the second field, it says choose one or more summary statuses to be included in the output table. So we're going to go to length. Here we're going to click on the sum, because we want the sum of the tables as well. And then we're going to select a file, select target folder there. So let's see, where is our roads project? There you go, roads project. Inside it, we'll just call it the sum output. All right, and the save as type is going to be dbase table, meaning database table. So .dbf file. So always make sure to change it to dbf. Then click on save and click on OK. Do you want to add the results table in the map? Yes. Let's see the results table. There you go. This is the sum output which is created here, and inside the roads project, if I refresh it here, there you go, sum output.dbf. You can see that there a dbf file has been created inside of it as well. So if we open the dbf table, you'll see there you go, type of roads. There are construction, footway, like living street, path, pedestrian, and then residential road, secondary, service, territory, and so on. These are the types of the roads, and these are the counts. So let's see secondary. There are 43 secondary roads. In construction, there are 3 construction roads. Footway, there are 18 footway roads, and summation of the length, meaning the summation of all 3 construction roads length. So all of the 3 construction roads measure in 191 meters. All right, and if we wanted to know which construction road is carrying how much length, then we'll just need to go to our other table. There you go, open the attributes table here, and from here we can look at the construction roads. We can look for the construction roads, and then we can see how much a single construction road is carrying. All right, so that was the summary table, output table. From here we can see which type of road, how many roads of which type there are. There are 3 construction roads, there are 43 secondary roads, and the total length of all 43 secondary roads is this much in meters. All right, okay, so that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and got to learn something new. Okay, up until our last video, we have summarized the type of the roads. So as you can see, we have 3 construction roads, and the total length of all 3 construction road is this much. Now, for example, let's say the client wants to know the individual length of all 3 construction roads, and then they also want to know the summation of the construction roads along with the summation of all other type of roads as well. All right, so this is what we're going to see in this video. Okay, so now that we have done calculating it and calculating all the lengths of the roads, this time we're going to go to selection, select by attributes. We're going to take in type, give an equal symbol, get unique values. There you go, construction. Click on apply, click on OK. So construction roads have now been selected. So go to UTM, do a right click, then go to selection and click on create layer from selected features. Okay, so UTM selection. Instead of UTM selection, we're just going to rename it to, let's go to general. Let's try it in construction roads. Okay, click on apply, and okay, so we have the construction roads here. If we go click on zoom to layer, there you go. We have there you go, we have a single road here. I think these are the 3 roads. If I open the attributes table, yes, polyline 1, polyline 2, polyline 3. Okay, so we do an individual click. Here we go. So this is road 1. I'm guessing this is road 2, and this is road 3, but all these 3 roads are actually creating a single road. All right. And if we go to the attributes table again, you'll see the individual length of all three construction roads. So all of the 3 roads types are construction. This is the length, this is the length, this is the length, and if you summarize all of the lengths, you'll get that 191 meters in length as well. Okay, so let's do it for another value. Let's say, let's go to selection, select by attribute, UTM. Okay, we're going to erase all of it right now, backspace it, double click on type, give an equal sign, get unique values. From here we're going to choose in the secondary, because the secondary were high in number. Click on apply, click on OK, remove the construction road. Okay, now I'll just do a zoom to layer. Okay, so we have all of the 43 secondary roads selected here. Right click on the UTM, go to selection, create layer from selected features. There you go, UTM selection. Let's rename it to secondary roads. Apply. Okay, so this is just the secondary roads file. Let's unselect all of the selection. This is just the secondary roads file, and if we open the attributes table of it, you can see the individual length of all of the secondary roads here. All right, and if we sum them up, you can see the summation is going to be the same as the sum outputs tables. There we go, secondary 9,000 and something. All right, so I think that was it. And if the client wanted this individual files as well, then you would have just need to do a right click on that, go to data, export that particular data to your roads project, and then the individual roads are going to be lining up there as well. Okay, so this is how we can do such projects and such work using our ArcMap software. So that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this particular project and you're enjoying the course as well, and this is of some use to you. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, at first let me just quickly save this particular data. Let's go to export data, select the file, and we'll call it construction roads. Construction roads. Save, click on OK. It's done. Now let's do the same for this one. Export data. There you go. We'll call it secondary roads. Secondary roads. Save. OK. No, it is done. And what else you could have done is that the roads files are now in meters. So if your client wants your output results to be in let's say degrees, minutes and seconds, then after our work is done, we'll just need to convert the files again back to degrees, minutes and seconds. And if you have done the first section of this particular course, you will be able to do it yourselves. All right, I do not need to show you the process again and again. That is going to consume much time. All right, so in this lecture we're going to see another thing, that is we're going to be seeing the checks of it. All right, so if we open the sum output, we'll see the construction, the three types. The summation of the length is 191.72 something. All right, so we have 191. Just focus on 191. So this time we're going to see open up the attributes table of the construction roads, open up the attributes of the construction roads, and here we have the three individual lengths of the three individual construction roads. Now we're going to see if the summation matches or not. To check the summation, we do not need to create another field and then calculate the summation of it. What we can do is do a right click on this particular field, do a right click on that, and go to statistics. In statistics, it is going to show you there are three counts. The minimum of it is 24 meters. The maximum value is 89 meters. Let's see. There you go, 24. There you go, 89. And the summation of the total is going to be 191.72864. As you can see, it is matching our before calculation. You can also see the mean value from here as well. All right, for the length field. But if you want to change the field, you can change the field as well from here. So we're just going to see it for the length. Okay, so that was it. This is just a check process. If you have any doubts if your summary has been calculated out perfectly or not, you can check it like this. All right, so thank you very much for watching.